the adrenaline that flows through your veins when you have to get on a tough animal like this, it's probably an all-time high.
The word legend gets thrown around pretty loosely these days.
I haven't had the help of any teammates or anybody else. It's just old Larry.
Used to be, legend was a reserved status.
This is the house that Ruth built.
For a select few. But I'll tell you how legend is made. It's made in the early hours of the morning, under the heat of pressure, and under the bright lights of the arena. Legends are seen through the eyes of a child. The acknowledgement of fellow competitors. And ultimately, the roar of the crowd.
And the crowd goes wild. Here's a qualifier that could get a piece of that $1 million.
I think I was born for this right here.
This girl was born to be a champion. Man, what a ride.
That boy right there has got a future in roping. Look at that.
Is a $1 million smile. Wow, what a powerful animal.
You want a chance on the big stage? Come on.
This is the American. This is where legends are made.
In Southeast Asia.
AT&T Stadium is about to witness rodeo history. One run, one ride, that's it. Standing between these athletes and $3.26 million. The payout, the largest ever. The moment, even greater. Lives will change, dreams manifested. The final round of the American Rodeo just moments away. Let's go center stage to Pia Toscano singing God Bless America to start us off.
Released during Operation Homecoming on March 4, 1973. Colonel Cordier continued to serve his nation until his retirement in January of 1985. Please join me in saluting a national hero, Colonel Ken Cordier.
Mo Baker was born in Morehouse, Missouri in 1932. Baker would find himself in a hostile skies of Vietnam flying a 105 Thunder Chief, and on August 23, 1967, Colonel Baker was forced to eject over North Vietnam, taken a POW. He spent 2,030 days in captivity and was released during Operation Homecoming on March 14, 1973. Colonel Baker, after serving this great nation for 27 years, retired in January of 1979. We can't thank him enough, but let's do our best. Would you welcome to the arena floor, Colonel Mo Baker, one time.
It is because of those men standing before us and all of their brothers and sisters in arms that we are born free. Please join me in one last round of appreciation to thank them for their service to our country. And now, to honor America, please welcome Pia Toscano in the singing of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with fire. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with fire. God bless America, my home, sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with America, my home, sweet home. God bless America. God bless America. It's our home, sweet home.
Take in this moment on a Sunday at AT&T Stadium, because you're about to witness a rodeo like you have never seen before, and no greater stage than this to host the richest rodeo in history. Welcome back to Arlington, Texas. It is so good to have you with us on Championship Sunday alongside five-time steer wrestling champ Luke Branquino, two-time PBR champ Jess McBride. I'm Kate Harrison. This is history. And it hasn't even started. $3.26 million on the line. It is safe to say, guys, rodeo has arrived and it landed in AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, it sure has. And you want to talk about excitement from the early round? I am excited to see what these timed event guys can do, because we've seen it in all the timed events. They're gunning for it. They're trying to win that. Those contenders are looking after that $2.1 million.
Yeah, run them in and let's get this thing going, because I'm fired up and ready. It's going to be good watching.
And to get to the round of 4, you had to be the best in the round of 10. And what competition we started? All started with the 20-time champ, Jackie Crawford.
Yeah, and Jackie gets it done right here. She's been in these high-pressure situations, got the start, got it around the calf's neck. Great run right there from Jackie.
Right after her run, it was her daughter, Cadence Crawford.
Yeah, and Cadence had been down such a great road to get here, and then it all came to an end right there, heartbreaker.
In the bareback riding, there were past American champs that stepped up to the plate when it mattered most. Tilden Hooper, one of those.
Tilden Hooper just showed everybody what it's going to take if you want to win the bareback riding at the American here. He has set the bar high. He's letting it roll. He's going to do it again, Luke.
And to do that, you got to go against a 6-time champ.
Yeah, Justin, we talked about that earlier in the show. These two travel together. They're best friends. This is the reason Tilden Hooper rides so well, is because he travels with a man like Casey Fields.
It's a Polaris need for speed, and none more fitting than the young gun, 15-year-old Devin Young in the barrel racing, who proved no moment too big, no arena too massive to go to the top.
Yeah, and you want to talk about a great run. Little bit wide going into that first one, but man, does she clean it up around the second and third, and talk about no pressure from a junior national finalist.
Yeah, and in a big arena where a lot of ladies were struggling, this is a team that there's a lot of trust.
What a run. And Devin Young is standing by with the fourth member of our broadcast team, Anthony Lucia.
15-year-old Devin Young, not old enough to have a tequila, but old enough to ride a horse named Tequila. Tell me about that amazing animal. He may be small, but he's got a big heart.
Yes, it's just great. Yeah, runs good in the arena. It's just amazing.
He's an amazing horse. Let's take a look at your run, because when you were watching it play back a moment ago, your smile lit up this entire place. This is not a stage too big. Talk about the adjustments that you had to make after seeing some of the other barrel racers struggle.
I had to actually show him the barrels because all the other people, or all the pros, were passing up the barrels. I just knew I had to push him and he turned, but I had to show him the barrels.
Well, you showed him the barrels, and now you're going to get to show him one more time. $2 million. We can't wait to watch you do what you do. Devin Young, going to be a team to watch.
What a time, what a place to become a millionaire in rodeo. It all starts with the breakaway roping presented by Cactus Saddlery. In this field of 4, there are 2 invites and 2 contenders who have that shot at the possible $2.1 million. Now, this is the first year the breakaway ropers are eligible for that multi-million-dollar prize, and it's all going to start with one of those who could walk away with that today. It's 19-year-old Sammy Taylor, and there's a look at the 4 players we have coming up in the shootout round.
Yeah, and these girls right here, they brought the calves back that they qualified on to this round. So you want to talk about knowing your dancing partners? They know what they have and what they're going to have to get done.
You saw Jackie Crawford looking on. It all starts with Sammy Taylor not going to take this one to the pay window. It's going to be a no time to start us off here.
Yeah, it's some tough luck right there. Big pressure situation. Couldn't get that rope around that calf's neck. And Sammy had this calf that Harley actually brought back, and Harley has the one Sammy brought back. So we're going to see if Harley can do a little bit better on the one Sammy brought back for her. From
19 years old we go to a 13-year-old. She is the youngest competitor inside AT&T Stadium today, and a shot at over $2 million. What an opportunity for Pryor to make history.
Yeah, and she's been as impressive as anybody in this competition. 13 years old and has roped and performed like a seasoned veteran. And look, she's going up against the titans of her sport, and she has not bobbled one time.
No, she has not. Look at the grit on her face right there. She knows, focus, see that calf, make sure she sees the start, which the start's not much. Just behind it right there. Oh, those ropes aren't going over those calves' nose, just not getting that tip down quite enough.
She tried to be patient there, but the patience doesn't pay off for Pryor. It's going to be another no time. 2 up, 2 down here.
Yeah, and again, right there, she knew that when she delivered it, it wasn't quite good enough. She tried to drive her horse through the stop, kind of kick him over, try to fish it on, but calf stepped into it, and no time.
Now we go to the 20-time champ. Every time she walks into the arena, the world watches. Jackie Crawford has proved time and time again when it's all on the line, she steps up and runs through it. Can she do it again here?
And Justin, how can you not step up and watch when she backs in the box?
Well, yeah, and check out this situation. 2's already gone away. This is starting to be low-hanging fruit for this lady.
Yeah, and you know, but she's not going to back off in this situation because she has Kelsey right behind her. You know that they're going to be gunning for it. This is going to be an exciting next 2 runs.
There's the nod. Crawford, two swings, throws it. What does she do? What she does every time. She looks back. She's clean at the line. Crawford can't be stopped. Cadence said, go, mama, go. 2.26 for Crawford.
And what can we say? This is what this lady has done for so many years. But look at the start. Gets the barrier, blows it out there. Cap just average leaving right through there. Lets her horse sit down, stop. That was a great run.
Jackie's won it all on every stage. She's never won it all inside this stadium. She's one roper away from doing just that. Will the 2.26 be enough? Well, not if Kelsey Domer has something to say about it, and she brings her own world champion buckles here. 8-time WPRA world champ. The best she's finished here before was third.
Well, and look, if I had to wait one out to see if I was going to win it or not, this would not be who I would want to wait to see how she did, because you want to talk about consistent, rope sharp, scores great. I mean, it's the whole package.
Well, yeah, and she came in leading this. She was the fast time in the, in the 10-man, so she knows how to get the start and get on. But she has a lot of range right here. That Cap gets out in front of her, I promise you, she's going to be coming with the heat.
Can Domer deliver? There's the nod. Couple swings. She took the right throw.
Oh, wow.
2 and
Look at that, Justin.
But she's not clean at the line, guys.
Oh.
It's 10 seconds. She's a 12 and 13. So Domer, that penalty is going to stop her. Jackie Crawford is your winner.
Well, you have to take that chance. We're here not to win second. Nobody wants to win second at the American. Even though it pays pretty good, that first place check is what everybody wants to be up on that stage and holding up.
We've stood on our feet so many times to cheer on Jackie Crawford in these big moments, and now all of AT&T Stadium is cheering her on as she makes that victory lap. What a time to be Jackie Crawford.
Yeah, and she just put on a clinic, too. She roped so good.
The experience pays off. It's a house that's built for champions, and the 20-time world champ is not going to be stopped inside AT&T Stadium. Jackie Crawford, your American champion, is standing by with Anthony.
Jackie Crawford, congratulations on just an absolutely stellar week. You have a daughter named Journey. Talk about the journey to get to this point of being the champion of the American.
Man, the whole journey, my whole life to get here. We were joking back there, me and Kelsey, I said, third time's the charm. One of us is going to get this done, hopefully. So it was just awesome. It's so fun to have the kids here and spend this week with the family and supporting Cadence and seeing her do so good. And Journey and Creed are up there in the stands. So it's awesome, and I can't wait to see how much further breakaway goes.
You become the 4th ever champion of the breakaway roping, 2019, the very first year. You've been on the front lines of the fast-moving movement that is breakaway roping. How much pride do you take in being able to lead that charge?
I take a lot of pride in it. I take a lot of pride in having, I've got to meet so many little girls this week, and it kind of eye-opening to see how many of them are looking at us and what we're doing right now. And I'm just so thankful to the women before us, and I can't wait to see what the girls after us do. And so it's pretty amazing to get this one on my belt right here.
She's the world champ, and now she is the American champion, none other than Jackie Crawford.
In all of 2021, Jackie Crawford, roping at her best as she always does, won $49,000. Here, in 2 seconds, Crawford just swung and delivered for $100,000. Crawford goes home as your 2022 American champ. Breakaway in the books. Bareback riding when we come back. Can Tilden Hooper repeat and be a back-to-back champ? We'll find out.
This is my main man, Tilden McLean, right here. It's so awesome to get to have him this close down here with me while I'm getting ready. Last year, right before I got on in the 4 round, I looked over and saw him and his mom, and just a peace came over me, and it was just so cool to have him here last year and be a part of it. Hopefully we'll pull a repeat here in just a minute and we can go on stage together again.
The American Rodeo, presented by Durango Boots, is brought to you by family-owned Community Coffee. strong at our roots. And by Resist All hats. We love it every day.
Our coffee is more than a flavor. It's a culture, an obsession fueled with tradition and rituals that we hope will continue to support those who make our communities thrive. Morning, noon, and night. Community Coffee.
When you step into a new day, determined, committed, willing to take on whatever's asked of you. That new day is yours to own, yours to shape, and yours to be proud of. Ram, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality.
Made in America. Made by hand. Made for champions. Cactus Saddlery, the choice of champions.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
Welcome back. To become a champ, yes, it takes talent. But to become a hero, it takes heart. 6-time world champion Casey Field has both, and we tell it all in our American Profile presented by Acrisure.
Dreaming is everything to me. Without dreaming, I wouldn't be a winner. Bareback riding is very fast, it's aggressive. You don't see anything that's going on. I have to be almost a third person and dream about what I could imagine me looking like going across the arena.
He dreams about it, he constantly thinks about it, he writes it down, and he wins a rodeo, but he's already won it 1,000 times in his mind.
Being able to do it every time and on every kind of horse, you know, the easy ones, the hard ones, big rodeos, the little rodeos, and I've had a front row seat watching him do it for the last 13, 14 years.
The American is a special rodeo to me. My dad passed away in February of 2016, and then they did a big, huge tribute. Every contestant came and laid a white rose on his saddle. And that was a powerful scene for me to watch. And then having to go and get on a bucking horse, I didn't want to do it. And overcoming that right there has taught me a lot about who I am. And then to come back in 2018, I dreamed of getting on a big gray horse named Virgil and winning $1 million, and I bounced back from 2 years of a slump. From 18 on, it lit a fire underneath me, and then I won the world in 2020 and 21, and a lot of my confidence came from winning that $500,000 that day at the American. The event of bareback riding is looking more open and better than it ever has. These young kids coming up are pushing me to my limits. They're making me get in the gym earlier, stay in 30 minutes longer.
His dedication before he arrives for a rodeo is something that I think is truly amazing, and seeing all the hard work he puts in, I've never seen anything like it.
When I do climb in the bucking chutes, it's game on, get tough, finish strong, try harder than you ever have. I love what I'm doing. I haven't had so much fun riding bucking horses like this ever. It's just like, yeehaw, let's do it again.
There's no denying the excellence of Casey Field, and there's no way to not love the guy, who he is and what he does.
Yeah, and one thing to me that makes him the world champion that he is, he said he was in 2 years of a slump because he didn't win the world those 2 years. And that's the difference between just a person that wants to go out there and compete and a guy like Casey Fields.
You just saw your field of 4, 3 invites, and 1 contender in Tanner Oz. First, we'll go to one of those invites in Jess Pope. He is matching up with Top Notch.
Yeah, this is, look, all 4 of the horses you're going to see are great horses. And it's going to be whoever, just like you've seen in the round of 10 with Tilton Hooper, who can let it roll the furthest, right in that line of on the edge of out of control.
And he's up against a field of past American champs, because Field, Oz, and Hooper have all won it here before. Can Jess Pope add his name to that list?
Look at that.
Big, strong horse, but he sits up there and rides him like it's a day off. That is some impressive riding by Jess Pope. So impressive when he gets his feet down, lifts that horse back up. That was amazing.
Yeah, it's going to start off big right here.
And Pope prevails, 90 points inside AT&T Stadium. Pay the man already.
You really cannot do it any better than that. That's what I mean. They're going to get on these 4 great horses, and it's going to be what horse has the best day and which guy doesn't mess him up.
Best buddies going head-to-head in the Final 4, and the first of those 2 is going to be Casey Field. By the way, guys, that 90 for Pope, the 11th we've seen all time at the American. Casey Field, here it is.
Casey was just 91 on this horse at San Antonio, and he's showing you why. He just stalls him out, too. Wow.
Judges going to have to sharpen their pencils right here, because that was one heck of a bronc ride.
Yeah, and you're going to have to decide between the horses, like which one had the most kick, which one had the highest degree of difficulty. All these different things you're going to have to decide in real time watching them, because Field just stalled that one out and gave him the business.
Well, light the fireworks for Field, 90.5 aboard Agent Lynx. The GOAT successful once again in the house built for champs. Welcome home, Casey. Welcome home.
How impressive. Look at his feet hit that horse at the bottom before the horse's feet hit the ground.
Yeah, they're so fast, so strong. Like, you're being treated to as good as it gets in this event.
2 up, 2 90s. As we go now to Tanner Oz, he is the only bareback rider that is eligible for that bonus prize of $2.1 million. To Tanner, he's going to get ready for his best.
Yeah, and he's got explosive skies from Calgary. This is the reigning horse of the year. You watch this big, awesome thing. He's going to hit around here and start leaping in the air, circle to the left. He is so cool. You watched him be over 90 on him during the NFR. Great horse right here.
Oz won it all back in 2016. He did that with an 88.5-point ride on Showstopper. It's going to take more than 90.5 to repeat that success here.
Well, the great thing about it is he's got the horse to do it on. He could be 92 here.
Give it your best day, Oz. It just might be worth millions. Oz did his job. Was Explosive Skies explosive enough?
Yeah, I mean, he's as good as the other 2 that have been out. And what I loved about this was Tanner, you could see at the end, it's like, okay, everything's getting strong. It's trying to get away from me. Do I just kind of hold a little bit here? But no, you can't. You have got to let him roll, and he lets him go.
But not for enough.
I can hear the crowd in here booing, too.
And they're booing to that 89.5.
Yes, they wanted more.
AT&T not agreeing with the judges. This is a lot of people in here to go against those few judges. They might want to find those exit doors.
I love it. I just love to see people get into the sport this much.
When you see Casey right there, he's going to be cheering on his friend. He knows that Tilden has to do his job on this stock to beat him. Yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah, and this is the one Tilden would have picked. You know, given the chance, this is the one he would have taken in this pin, and now he's got his chance.
Tilden Hooper aboard Gunfire.
Doesn't need to get him up there. You can't go there with one set down.
And here's the story with Hooper and this horse. In 2021, he won it all right here, 100,000. He did it on Gunfire for 90.5. Well, 90.5 is Casey Field's score right now, so he has to better himself just a little bit to do it again. Can he do it?
I don't know. If he's 90.5 and ties Casey, guess what we got?
Get a ride off. I like that, too.
Two best buddies, too. How would that be? Let's go back to a year ago as Hooper is getting set here. This was it on this same horse.
And the horse has a great day. Tilden made it such a good ride. But I think, you know what I've seen out of Tilden getting to this point, I think he can be more, right? Because he let him roll even further than that to get to this point.
Hooper have what it takes to beat his best buddy on rodeo's biggest stage. Takes Gunfire to the whistle. Will it be to the pay window?
It's going to depend on what they mark this horse, because that's as good as you can ride a horse. That big, that strong, when they turn back like that, Tilden could not have done it any better.
It's Hooper or it's Field. And it's Hooper! 91 points by half a point. Hooper goes on top, back-to-back, doubles down on Gunfire. He is your back-to-back American champ.
Look at Casey Field in the background right there, guys. Look at that. That is amazing sportsmanship from an amazing cowboy.
Casey Field, knowing his best buddy deserves what he just got. He's saying, take the spotlight, friend. It's your turn on a Sunday.
I got chills watching Casey cheer for Tilden right there.
What a moment in bareback riding.
And look, these set of bareback riders that you got to watch, they are taking this sport to places it's never been. That event right there has never been better than what it is in this era.
Casey Field said it prior to the start of those four. You want to know how bright the future is. The young guns pushing these guys across the board, top to bottom. Bareback riding is at the highest it's ever been, the elite level, and it's Tilden Hooper with the hops. He is the one on top right here inside AT&T Stadium. We'll go down center stage to Anthony with Tilden Hooper, 91 points to win the American.
Tilden Hooper, you just said that this feels like deja vu, but you actually did a half a point better than you did 1 year ago. Same horse, same day. How amazing is Gunfire?
Man, that is an awesome horse. When she turns back like that, that's just the way we want it to feel. And, man, that was exciting.
Frontier Rodeo sends us that amazing horse, but also we watched Casey Field. I don't know if there was a happier human in this room for you than that six-time world champion.
Yeah, I don't compliment him a lot, but everybody here would be lucky to have a friend like him.
Well, we are lucky to watch Tilden Hooper, and when you think about how big this event is, whenever you think about the pressure that's on the line, how do you maintain and how do you just do what you do every single time?
Man, the pressure isn't quite as much what you think here. Like, you've got the greatest horses, the crowd's into it. Like, this is what we dream about. This is what we practice in our minds over and over again. So it's just like you try to just soak it all in and enjoy it as much as you can.
The American continues to make dreams come true, and now a two-time and back-to-back bareback champion, Tilden Hooper.
One of the pivotal moments in this rodeo has just taken place. Tilden Hooper winning in 2021 and now raising the check in 2022 Tilden Hooper, both times aboard Gunfire, is now a two-time reigning American champion. Raise that 100,000, Hooper. You deserved every dollar, and Casey Field agrees.
At JCB, we know good enough is never good enough. Simply meeting expectations just won't cut it. We've built JCB with that in mind. Because in this life, you have to grab each new challenge by the horns. Be strong. Be bold. Be committed. You have to rise above. You have to be better.
You know, they're not talking about you, just you all the time like they do rodeo athletes, you know. It's the Wright family, you know, the Wright brothers.
I don't really look at it as we're legendary, but it's kind of unreal what we do and what we get to do. You know, the things we've done and hopefully continue to do. I guess you could say it is legendary.
All across America, hardworking farm and ranch families grow the food that feeds us and form the backbone of countless communities. As a proud American company, we're here to say thanks with Polaris Ag Advantage, an exclusive program to support America's farmers and ranchers in recognition for all you do. Learn more at polarisagadvantage.com.
It's in our blood. It's in our sweat. It's in our genes. We are Cavenders, and this is how we live.
As rural Americans, we have a unique understanding of and connection to the land. Whether we ranch, farm, log, or simply recreate, what we do today determines our tomorrow. As stewards of the land, it's our duty to ensure that our children and grandchildren can enjoy the outdoors in a similar manner that was afforded us. Join the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation and ensure the future of elk, other wildlife, their habitat, and our hunting heritage. Visit rmef.org today.
Multi-million-dollar Sunday inside AT&T Stadium. You just can't say that enough. Well, as we get to the the tie-down roping presented by Prefert, everything from breakout stars to gold buckles to two past American champs. That breakout star you see him, 18-year-old Riley Webb getting set. This roster has it all. The question is, who's going to end up on top?
Well, you could pick any one of those guys on any given Sunday, but they got to do their job. They got to stick to the basics and do the basics great to get this check.
Yeah, and this one that it looks like we're about to start with is going to be tough to get around.
Yeah, Tough Cooper, great calf. And these guys don't necessarily need great calves, but they're swapping them around. These are calves that they had brought back from the Tin Man. They know what they're going to do, much like the breakaway roping. And I guarantee you, Tough Cooper has a game plan right here.
Andy has the most experience in this environment. He is one of 3 members of our Divine Nine. You also just saw one in Casey Field. He has never missed an American, but with that said, he's never done better than second. Took second in 2015 and 2021. A year later, can he better that right here?
Yeah, and if he does what he did on his first one, get the barrier, get the start that he needs. He's got enough range if he needs it, but he also is smart enough to be able to pick his horse up and let that calf stay out in front of him to get that rope tied around his neck.
He knows how to set the bar. He does it 10 days in a row every year. He does it the American. Can he do it once again here? He's got the loop and the catch to do it. It seems like he's got the calf. Quick hands, slight bobble, but got him up just in time. 7.6 for Tough Cooper.
Yeah, and a great run, Justin. We've seen a couple bobbles in this run, and that could have been the difference between 7.2 and the 7.6 that he is. But watch this loop. Kind of hits him big, but he does a good job. Look how he handles his slack. 2 hands on the rope, spins that calf around, a little bit of pause in the flank. But man, talk about hustling through it. Gets him flanked right here, and then watch him when he goes to string or put his first wrap on. Just a little mistake.
He was a 7.67 in the round of 10 and a 7.6 here. Consistency there for Cooper. Well, that sets the bar for young Riley Webb. He got here through winning his junior NFR championship, but still had to go to Cowtown Coliseum and advance out. 2 years ago, he won the national high school title. Now, he's going for $2.1 million. What a reach, Webb with the flank, gotta be quick here. 7.81, just off the mark of Cooper. That puts Webb in the number 2 spot, but what a moment, what a day for 18-year-old Riley Webb.
Yeah, and just the little things, you know, like this calf kind of wants to try and get around him when he gets to him. He's got him standing up on his feet, and then he kind of just right there, that little bit, and when you're talking about tenths and hundredths of a second, that's the difference.
That's exactly the difference right there. But I promise you one thing, this kid's going to be around for a long time, and he's going to put on one of those gold buckles before he's done.
Speaking of those buckles, Tough Cooper has got 4 of them. He's leading the way. Caleb Smith has got 3 of them, and he has every plan of moving Cooper out of that number 1 spot. Does he have the calf to make it happen?
He does. He has a great calf. The calf Tough Cooper made it back on. Couple's a little bit long. He would come in 4th. But one thing about Caleb Schmidt is he knows how to speed these calves up.
And make it look like it's just a day in the practice pen, and then throws his hands up and he's 7-1.
Cooper has to wait through 2 past American champions to see if that 7.6 is going to hold up. Can Smith send himself to the top of that list?
And, you know, he's making sure that calf's right, kind of moving around there in the chute. And like any other event, you want to give yourself the best opportunity you can. Make sure that calf's looking straight. That way when the gate's open, he's going forward.
The moment is big. He wanted perfection, and it starts off that way. Calf stays on his feet. This could be quick here. Fast hands. It is. 6.87 for Caleb Smith, the 3-time world champ. Sends us into the 6s. Cheer for that one, guys.
You know, just like we talked about, Justin, this is picture perfect. Throws this rope, gets that calf spun around. Look how he's patient in that stirrup. Then he gets 2 calves on his feet. He just has to flank tie, and he's so good at that. Spins that calf around. That calf almost tried to stick a front leg, but Caleb doesn't let him. 1 wrap and a hooey hands in there. Great run. Wow.
Shout it to the rooftops, Caleb Smith. What a run you just had on a Sunday. But now the 2019 American champ has to wait through the 2016 American champ. And for Hunter Heron, he comes in as a contender, guys. What this means for him right now, if he wins this, he walks out of AT&T Stadium with no less than $500,000.
And the thing about Hunter Heron is he's tied a lot of them in 6. If there's anybody that can do it, it's this guy right here.
What kind of calf does he have on him?
Another great calf. Again, Riley Webb brought this calf back. Riley got a decent start, but if Hunter can max the start out, we can see a lead changes.
Is it Smith for $100,000, or is it Heron for at least $500,000? The moment is right now.
You know, back in the box, this is life-changing money he's running at right here. He knows that he has to do his job, get the start, and Hunter Heron's been doing it for years.
11 times to the NFR. Will those 100-plus trips pay off? What a reach! He's setting it up to do just that. The calf there for him. Oh! But that leg, the bobble, and he knows that's it. For Hunter Heron, he goes down. But for Caleb Smith, they're going to send him center stage. What a tough break for Heron. It looked good.
It did look good, Justin. Just like we talked about, got the start, got the rope on him, and that calf just sticks a leg.
Oh, man, that's tough.
His horse is about back into the box right there because he got it out of his hand so fast. And you know Caleb's disappointed in 400 because calf sticking a leg like that.
Well, and for a guy having a chance, a possibility at $2 million, you know, I mean, you want that 100,000, but if your buddy wins $2 million, you're pretty proud for that.
Yeah, possible $2 million bobble for Heron, but for Smith, he did his job, got us into the sixes. That 6.87, the fastest we've seen here. So Smith is being sent once again center stage. He now is your 2022 American champ. Let that sink in, guys. He won it once again.
Caleb Smith, a familiar spot for you. Congratulations on another American title. Talk about the strength that you have had to have over the last few years and how you continue to rise above.
Jesus Christ, he blesses me each and every day that I get to do this sport. And each time I win, I promise God that I'll tell everybody that he's my Lord and Savior and that none of this is possible without him. And it's unbelievable that I can even compete at this level with these guys. And I'm just blessed and amazed at everything he's blessed me with.
Throughout all the loss and to have victories like this, you have so much family, not only that supports you, but family that is watching from the best seat in the house. How big does that make your heart smile?
And it's awesome. My dad has always wanted to watch me run every calf. And the day he passed away, he got that privilege because he watches me run every one of them. And I know he's with me. My family, they're all here. They support me each and every day, no matter what, win or lose. And I'm just blessed.
Not much more can be said other than he is your 2022 champion of the American, Caleb Smith.
What a moment. What an American moment. And Smith said it. He's watching from the best place, not only the reigning PRCA world champ, but now the reigning American champ. What a special day to be a champion right here on a Sunday. We all love watching that for Smith.
Preferred's line of squeeze, shoots, and sweeps are easy on the cow, easy on the cowboy. Preferred shoots offer the easiest operating head gate on the market, with locks guaranteed for life. They also feature an emergency side exit with lever return, removable bottom access panels, contoured drop sides, and the easiest floor adjustment in the industry. If you're in the market for equipment for your farm, ranch, or rodeo, give the good folks at Preferred a call.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
Our coffee is more than a flavor. It's a culture, an obsession fueled with tradition and rituals that we hope will continue to support those who make our communities thrive. Morning, noon, and night. Community coffee.
There's been countless miles, early mornings, and more late nights than you can remember. It's the spirit of excellence that drives you with one goal in mind. Whether you're chasing the dream or working to stay on top, it's all the same. Because the desire to be a champion never sleeps.
It's the richest rodeo in history, and that $2.1 million payout can happen quick. How does it pass for Mike Trout? 9.1 games for that $2.1 million.
Yeah, Kate, and then you think about the great Steph Curry, 3 3/4 games for this guy.
And then we go to the guy you know, Patrick Mahomes, 48 minutes. He's thrown across the turf for $2.1 million. But here today inside AT&T Stadium, not in rodeo, less than 30 seconds, you could be standing on that stage with $2.1 million. Let's send it to Anthony.
Teton Ridge is the reason that we're even able to do what we're doing here today on this $3.5 million Sunday inside of AT&T Stadium. The man behind Teton Ridge is none other than Thomas Toll. Tell us a little bit about Teton Ridge.
Well, listen, it's a celebration of the Western lifestyle, these amazing athletes in Western sports, and really the culture and ethos that this part of America represents.
And to invest the money that you're investing and to believe in this sport and the people of it, where does that passion and that love of the Western sports, the Western lifestyle come from?
Well, I grew up in upstate New York, so I'm not from the West, but watching farmers get yield from the land and thinking about what farmers, ranchers do that are the backbone of this country, thinking about the athletes that are here, the connection with the horse, all those things captured my imagination from a young age, and it's just an incredible experience to be here witnessing this.
Well, we are so thankful for everything that you're doing for this sport. Thank you for the American, and we cannot wait to see what Teton Ridge has in store for the future. Guys?
Teton Ridge founder Thomas Toll. What we do here in this arena, what these athletes do, it's because they love it. And it's guys like Thomas Toll that realize that, recognize it, that make sure they can do it for a living. As we get you set now for the steer wrestling, this has been so much fun to watch all week. How fast are we going to get here, Luke?
You know, these steers, they came out of the Coliseum. One steer actually didn't go to the Coliseum. They've been 3-8 on all these steers. So there's a pretty good chance we're going to see a fast time. But again, different arena, different circumstance. Jesse Brown.
What?
Outstanding run. He ran that steer halfway down this arena and wiped him out.
Do you believe in Brown? Because you better. 3.76 for Jesse Brown. Wow.
He about threw him over the stage.
He did. And talk about a right arm and a finish with that nose, pulling it back down towards the chutes. And that's one thing Jesse Brown does so well. He's so strong. He can get that nose ripped out of there and get falls like that, even on a steer that's not that good.
Brown blasts to the top of the leaderboard, has to sit through the rest of the field to see if it sticks. And there's a good chance it will, but you got to get through guys like Will Loomis to get there.
Yeah, you know, and Will has a steer, the one I was talking about, that did not go to the Coliseum, but they had won the long round in the qualifier event on them. So this steer has a lot of potential to be, they could be really fast on. And like we talk about Will, it doesn't matter how big, how strong they are, how strong he is, he gets them done.
Well, as we get set for Will Loomis, let's do our Yeti loop back. This is all you, Mr. Loomis.
Yeah, we can see Will right here pull a little bit going through there. He left pretty early, but got out, and that's just typical Will Loomis. See how he's still on his feet now? Big guy, not necessarily do they stay on their feet like Will Loomis does. That was a stud run. Look to see it again right here. Oh! So this is a situation we get to when we get into these buildings. That steer probably hasn't been into, you know, and this is a big arena, but there's a lot coming down on him. The lights, the big screen and everything. He didn't get to see that in the Coliseum. So unfortunately for Will, that's just part of the breaks, but gets such a great start. And that steer's like, whoa, this is new to me. I'm going to set up and stop right here.
Wagner's pack already wanting that one back. It is going to be a no time as we move now to the one contender in the field of 4, and that is Trell Etbauer. Now, we've not had a contender win it yet. So that pot of money gets larger and larger as we make our way through the events. You could see it up here, a 3-7-6 for Brown. Tyler Wagyu's pack was first to go. That was a 4-43. If Etbauer is able to back in the box and knock one down faster than a 3-7-6, he will leave here with a minimum of $600,000.
Yeah, and you can see his horse kind of balk right there, right as he nodded. But look at Terrell finished. Steer didn't have quite as much of the action as we've seen Jesse Brown's. but the start was important right there. Missing the barrier when you got to be 3-6, that cost him.
It's a 4-13 for Trell Etbauer. That slides him number 2. He will get paid some for that, but the biggest payday goes to that man, Jesse Brown. The best he did in the past here was 3rd in the semifinals, never advanced to the short go. Now he doesn't only advance, but he makes his way all the way through. What a run that was.
That was a great run, and you know, we talk about the camaraderie between everybody. He just slapped hands with Curtis Cassidy, who was hazing, and Jesse was also riding Curtis's horse, Tyson. That is huge in this steer wrestling event. You have to have that support group.
It takes partnership, it takes horsemanship, it takes the talent, it takes it all. And Jesse Brown is the one that delivers today. Your 2022 American Steer Wrestling Champion, Jesse Brown, is $100,000 richer.
Congratulations, Jesse Brown. You walked away from a career in football throughout college, and now you just scored a touchdown for $100,000 in the home of the Dallas Cowboys. How fulfilling is this win?
It's great. I never thought I'd be rodeoing growing up, let alone rodeoing in Dallas Cowboys Stadium for all this money in front of all these people. This is awesome.
In a competition like this, the thing that we love about steer wrestlers is the camaraderie. There's no happier than the guys that were watching you. Talk about your support system both in and out of the arena.
Oh, I got a huge support system. Curtis Cassidy let me on his great horse Tyson and did a great job hazing. And I got all my buddies helping. The last guy's for $2 million, and he congratulates me after, and that's just how bulldogging is.
Congratulations on this win. He is your 2022 champion steer wrestler, Jesse Brown.
What a moment. There is no one better than Brown in the big house on a Sunday. 3.76 is all it took to walk away $100,000 richer. And this was it. This was the moment. Perfection at its finest for Jesse Brown. He says, yes, I'll take that one any day.
Durango Boots is proud to again serve as the official sponsor of the legendary Western sports event, the American Rodeo. Durango will provide each of the 2022 American Rodeo champions a pair of custom-made, one-of-a-kind boots. These boots are full quill ostrich with a supple goat leather shaft, includes our comfortable extreme leather comfort footbed, 3/4 genuine Goodyear welt construction, hand-pegged and nailed genuine leather outsole. Leather stacked heel, broad square toe profile, finished with our unique 2022 champion branding. Durango Boots. It's what winners wear.
I don't do this just to make a living. It's in our blood, really. I want to be the greatest that's ever done it. I'm hungry for bronc riding, I love it, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
Cowboys and Indians is a publication and a class all its own. It is a lifestyle, blending history and tradition with the culture of the modern West. Cowboy and native art, breathtaking photos, handcrafted works from jewelers, bootmakers, and designers, home and ranch, food, and interviews with stars of the greatest westerns of every era. It's all in the pages of Cowboys and Indians, the premier magazine of the West. Find out about a great subscription deal at cowboysindians.com/glory.
Made in America. Made by hand. Made for champions. Cactus Saddlery, the choice of champions.
We're halfway through the richest day in rodeo. It's Saddle Bronc Riding presented by Resistol. In the past, 3 times a contender has won their share of $1 million in this event. So the best chances right here in this rough stock event. The only one that has that opportunity to go for that $2.1 million is Ben Anderson, and wow, the talent he has next to him.
Yeah, look, expect a lot of what we've seen in the bareback riding. You're going to see great horses, and you're going to see guys going at them. Little mistakes are going to make all the difference in the world.
Chase Brooks starts us off, and he has to do it aboard Wild Cherry. He's bucked up both riders in the last 2 years at the American, so a tall task ahead for Brooks.
Yeah, and I was talking to the guys before the show, and they were telling me, hey, this one's kind of a handful to start, but if you can get started with him good, then you're in good shape. He'll ride good after that.
Giving him some trouble right there in the chute.
Yeah, it's kind of a handful in the box, too.
Brooks has been here 3 times before, never made it to the shootout round. Will your first opportunity debut in the Final Four be the time for you? Wild Cherry giving it everything he's got.
Yeah!
On his feet.
Hey, you can't start it any better than he just did right there. That's got a real chance to go the distance, because this was a great horse. And this was as snappy and crisp of a spur ride. What? How cool is that guy?
Brooks, he bought in early, and he was there for the distance, and he's going to be rewarded big for it. 90 points to start us off.
Look at this, all the way from the cantle of his saddle, over the shoulder, sticks the landing. That was just cool from start to finish.
You got to give him a couple points for sticking that, too. That was impressive. Stock score, 43.5 right there. He was above that.
All Brooks all day. Well, let's get to the pre-first. Right out of the gate, Ben Anderson has a shot at least $766,000 and change.
Yeah, this was Ben in the 10 round. Getting here, made a fantastic ride, and he's got a great matchup. I feel like against this horse, Feather Fluffer, this was kind of the one that the Wright boys were telling me, hey, if we'd had a pick at one, it'd be this horse right here.
Feather Fluffer is looking for that nice fluffy bed. It looks like he's laying down right here.
The great thing about this setup, this arena, you've got plenty of room. You can roll them up, still be in a great shape.
I mean, it is Sunday. He's just acting casual. They're going to roll him up the chute as they do and get Anderson set. Take a look at what we're seeing right here inside AT&T Stadium. All these fans witnessing history, making their way to Arlington, Texas to see the best in the world, to see a possible $2.1 million winner. What a stage for Anderson.
Yeah, the stage couldn't be any bigger, any better. This is what you dream of as a competitor, Luke.
Yeah, you know, and right here, he knows that. He knows that he has to rise to this occasion because he has a chance at a pile of money.
Yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and say it again. This is one of those contenders, and this contender is riding as good as any of the invited guys.
No better time than right now to make millions, but Anderson goes down early here, 4.63. The clock stops. Oh, and he knows big missed opportunity there.
Yeah, but hey, he was going for it, and this horse is firing right here.
Wow.
Wow. Wow is really all you can say. What a bronc.
See, he was just relaxing for that big kick out of the gate.
Yeah, he's just saving it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Well, Anderson goes down. Chase Brooks, the only man on the leaderboard with that 90-point ride. As we move on to Wyatt Casper, he won it all in 2020 as a qualifier, guys. He left here before with $600,000. That time, he had a 91 1/4 on Get Smart. How big can it be on Cancun Move?
Cancun Move got some moves and going to put him down.
What a pen of horses. These broncs have been so impressive throughout the week, but these 3 that we've seen so far, that is unbelievable. Animal athletes right there.
You know, it was so cool for me to talk to these guys, these bronc riders, because they wouldn't have it any other way. Like, this is the way they want it. Either you're going to buck me off or I'm going to be 90 or better.
And it all comes down to the young Dawson Hay. He's never matched up with this one before, and we're talking all or nothing.
What a fitting name. This is a great one from Andrews. This is actually the horse that Ryder Wright won the American on. So this horse has a history of taking them the distance.
Hay has a big opportunity here. All or nothing is all in. For all 8 seconds, does Hay have what it takes?
Hey, look, that was a great horse. He made a great ride. I love watching these guys mix it up against these great horses, because he gave it everything he had right there.
Is it Hay or is it Brooks? It's Hay. By half a point, it's Hay. 90.5 aboard all or nothing. Hay has made it into the history books. First time American champ right here.
Well, the bareback riding and the saddle bronc riding is definitely not disappointed. 90.5 for Dawson Hay. What a great ride.
You know, and those other 2 guys that got bucked off, they were going at it. They were trying to be 90-plus points, and you can't knock them for that. This cowboy just hung in there and made it happen.
Well, and this is, again, this is what you want. You want the chance to be great, and when you give them these kind of horses, they get that opportunity.
In 2022, American champion is standing by with Anthony Lucia.
Dawson Hay, congratulations on just a stellar ride. By half a point, you edge Chase Brooks for the W. How special is it to represent the entire country of Canada now as the American champion?
It's amazing. There's so many really talented Canadian bronc riders right now. My brother being one of them. It couldn't be a better time to be in it.
Your dad, Roddy, he's a legend. We all know that. Does it make you feel that much more proud to know that you're carrying on the legacy at such a high level?
Absolutely. I know he's watching at home, him and my mom and little brother, and I wish I could have him out here, but hey, guys.
It generally takes an entire season in the world of professional rodeo to win $100,000. What kind of a difference does this amount of money and this amount of time make to Dawson Hay?
I don't think it's sank in yet, but we'll see in a little bit.
He is your 2022 champion saddle bronc rider from Canada, Dawson Hay.
Hay hit the high note in the absolute perfect moment. A 90.5 point ride equals a $100,000 payday. Hay, first time American champ. Well, Devin Young at 15 hopes to do the same.
I'm Devin Young, I'm 15, and I'm from Smithville, Texas. It feels crazy. We know she's great, he's great, and this couldn't have got any better. One of the guys in the alley who I've known from other barrel races was like clapping and high-fiving me. I was like, what was the time? What was the time? And he was like, you were fast.
This is the 2022, the American Rodeo hat. This is a 100% American-made fur felt 100X hat, so it's very, very fine quality. But we also put on the outside a very nice feature, a buckle set that is going to showcase the new American logo. On the inside of it, we have a nice white roan sweatband that's very, very high quality. We want to make sure that it's comfortable for all the guys that are wearing it. It also comes with the new American logo. We did the red, white, and blue foil, again, to kind of showcase the American flag. But also, we wanted to feature the iconic bucking horse. You can't have a rodeo without a bucking horse. Not everybody can buy this hat, not everybody can get this hat. Only the 150 contestants at the American will get this hat.
When you step into a new day, determined, committed, willing to take on whatever's asked of you, that new day is yours to own, yours to shape, and yours to be proud of. Ram, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality.
I love every bit of what I do. Something about getting into a tractor early in the morning.
It's in your blood, is what it is. I've always wanted to be a cowboy.
You have to be tough, you have to be gritty, no matter what it is doing outside, you have to get the job done.
When you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, and that's how we feel.
Learn to appreciate the simple things that make you happy.
Welcome back. You can see that arena on the left-hand side. It is time for barrel racing. The ground is ready and we are set. It's barrel racing brought to you by Polaris. The top 4 coming back. Let's show you how a couple of them got there. Teton Ridge Shadow Tracer brought to you by JCB. This is going to be a look at Devin Young and Shelly Morgan side by side. Young, #1. In the round of 10, Shelly Morgan was 3rd. This is how close it was. It'll be Shelly Morgan on your right, Young on your left. Take a look right here. Head-to-head going into that second. And then Devin Young just took off by the 3rd. She had the nose over it and kept that all the way home. So the difference really here in the round of 10, it was between that 2nd and 3rd. We'll see if that's going to be the same case today. And the story here, that young lady at 15 years old, her and her horse saying there is no arena too big. There is no moment too big. Can she take advantage? She is a contender, guys, coming in as a junior NFR champion. If she wins it here, she's guaranteed $1.1 million. Yes, yes,
is so fast in between the barrels.
Yeah, and then right here coming home. Getting after it right here. We'll see what she can pull.
Living her dream right here, and we get to witness it. Young, 14.767 on the top of the ground.
You know, and top of the ground is so important, but when there's only 4 of you, these horses are so accustomed to running in different type of situations. You know, one thing we've seen in the 10 round, a lot of those horses were getting that first barrel wasn't as good. From where we're at, we can't really see, but those barrels are black, and so is the fence. They might have been getting lost in it a little bit, but these horses know where they're at now. They've ran, they've been here. Excited to see how fast they can get.
What a moment, what a run for Young as we go now to the reigning champ. Can you imagine? This is who Young has to wait and watch. She won it all in Vegas a year ago. Can she do it now here inside AT&T Stadium? Briggs, 1 barrel left to go. It's tight and clean. She's headed home. How big will it be for Briggs? Big enough. 14.612. That sends the reigning champ to the lead.
Yeah, great run here, Luke. And it looked like a little stumble on the first one, but then, man, that second one was so good, and then the third was just sweet.
Yeah, that first barrel right here we're going to get to see coming around. Just a little bit of bobble right there, but cleans everything up right here. Then the third barrel, can't get one much better than that.
And these horses really seem to be dialed in now. They've got to run down on this pattern. They've seen the arena. They've seen the crowd. Briggs bettered her time from a 14.909 in the round of 10 to a 14.612. Shelly Morgan, now hopes to do the same. Her last trip here didn't make it to the shootout round. Big moment for Morgan.
Yeah, getting set up here, getting wide down that alley to get a good look at that barrel. Good first barrel. Riding over there to the second one. Great second barrel right there, Justin.
Yeah, and this is a bigger, longer type of a horse that can chew it up getting back home.
Make it home, Morgan.
Then we do it.
Fast enough. 14.609. That goes to the top by 3/100ths of a second. Wow. 1,000, not even 100ths. That's how close this is, guys.
And what a great run all the way through. Tight turns right here. You know, her first money barrel was probably the one she was the furthest away from, but the second and third were spot on.
Yeah, and then you get a big, strong horse like this in these bigger patterns where they got room. That's where they can make up the difference.
Morgan set the bar, 14.609. Charlie Johnson now comes in not only as our final barrel racer, but as a contender. Morgan, her job is done. Johnson, if she does her job, she will walk out of here with no less than $1.1 million. No run bigger, no moment bigger for Charlie Johnson.
Only one in the format going to the left barrel, a little wide on the backside. See if Charlie can make up some time. Kind of runs out there, slips a little bit on that second. Tips the third.
And that's because she knows, she could feel that. She's a little wide on the first, kind of ground gave way on the second, so she was trying to push on that third.
Yeah, it would have been a 14.912 with that down barrel, 19.912. What that means, Charlie Johnson is done, another contender down, but for our invite, Shelly Morgan, she makes it all the way to the top. 14.609 inside AT&T Stadium. What a run, 49 years old, $100,000. Big moment here for Morgan.
Yeah, congratulations, a great horse. And laid down two just spectacular runs.
Yeah, no bobbles in that second run today. Just now, you know, great first, great second, and talk about, like you said, a big, strong horse driving home.
That's like the difference in having somebody that runs the 100 well and then bringing somebody in that can run the 400. That horse could run the 400.
Her total earnings last season, $202,000. She just won half of that in one run. Shelly Morgan, your 2022 barrel racing American champion. Let's send it to Anthony.
Nothing but smiles from Shelly Morgan. How special does your horse have to be able to be dominant, not once, but twice on a single day?
Oh, you're going to make me start crying if you make me talk about my horse. My horse is like very special. It's my husband and I always say to find these kind of horses, it's like trying to find the quarterback of the Super Bowl of the NFL. She's super special.
It's not just an animal that you utilize as a tool. It's not just a means to an end. Kiss is part of your family.
Absolutely. Very much so. I love her to death, and she knows it.
To be able to experience these things and have a horse, an animal, an equine partner take you to heights that you have never even dreamed of. How neat is that to be able to share that with not only her, but your family?
Oh my gosh, this is the most I've ever won. This is exciting, and I mean, just to be at this place in my life right now and to have this horse, it just means the world to me, and she can have whatever she wants.
All the treats for Kiss, all the cheers for your 2022 champion barrel racer, Shelly Morgan.
Shelly Morgan to the winner's circle. She didn't just find a quarterback in Kiss. She found the MVP who showed up in the home of the Cowboys.
Yeah, and look, that's just a great team right there, and it could not been a better setup for these two right here. A big pattern, a big strong horse that can stretch out, chew that ground up. Those are your champs, Kate.
Make way for Morgan and Kiss, their American champions.
All across America, hardworking farm and ranch families grow the food that feeds us and form the backbone of countless communities. As a proud American company, we're here to say thanks with Polaris Ag Advantage, an exclusive program to support America's farmers and ranchers in recognition for all you do. Learn more at polarisagadvantage.com.
At JCB, we know good enough is never good enough. Simply meeting expectations just won't cut it. We've built JCB with that in mind. Because in this life, you have to grab each new challenge by the horns. Be strong. Be bold. Be committed. You have to rise above. You have to be better.
Our coffee is more than a flavor. It's a culture, an obsession fueled with tradition and rituals that we hope will continue to support those who make our communities thrive. Morning, noon, and night. Community Coffee.
Cowboys and Indians is a publication and a class all its own. It is a lifestyle, blending history and tradition with the culture of the modern West. Cowboy and native art, breathtaking photos, handcrafted works from jewelers, bootmakers, and designers, home and ranch, food, and interviews with stars of the greatest westerns of every era. It's all in the pages of Cowboys and Indians, the premier magazine of the West. Find out about a great subscription deal at cowboysindians.com/glory.
We are Acroshore, a company comprised of the sharpest entrepreneurs and the highest level of tech talent. We've already built the fastest growing, most profitable insurance broker. Now we're reinventing financial service distribution and growing our offering. Insurance, reinsurance, asset management, real estate services and cyber services solutions, and more. Human intelligence plus artificial intelligence. Acroshore, powered by exceptional partnerships and technology.
Team roping's just complicated. You got two horses, two guys, two personalities, and then a steer. It's the only true team event. That many animals and humans competing at once. It's a game of variables and execution without mistake.
Open your textbooks. I hope you're ready to go back to school on a Sunday, because this field of team ropers put on a clinic in the round of 10, and now we are down to the shootout round. Expect fast times, potential broken records. This is the field to do it. It's your team roping presented by Smarty.
Yeah, and if it's anything like what we've seen in the 10 round, this is going to get fast. And you got a field full of world champions such as Jade Corkhill and Clay Smith. This is going to get nasty.
Yeah, you take a look at these guys, and look, one thing of note here with this team roping is there are no contenders in here. These are all the invited guys, so they're all the heavy hitters, but that last chance at the $2 million, that's going to come in the bull riding.
Yeah, and that bull riding will be coming next. $2.1 million still up for grabs. First, for these team ropers, looking for $100,000 paydays. I don't know any team roper that would be excited to show up for that on a Sunday, as we start with 5 gold buckles and Clay Smith and Jade Corkhill.
Yeah, and you know, this pen of steers is like the Bulldoggins pin. They picked them, they had them picked, so again, probably going to be some lopers out through there, and we just seen it right there, but unfortunately, Clay waved it off that steer and only had one horn in his loop.
Oh, man. Yeah, because that was about to kind of set the stage for just how crazy fast the team roping's going to get.
And with that miss, Smith and Corkhill will be in no time. So 1 up, 1 down, 3 left to go. As we go now, Andrew Ward, Buddy Hawkins.
And they're coming in on the third, you know, they won third in the 10-man, but the times were so close. I mean, it could have been getting your horse face a little sooner, getting a little better start, but these guys, how can you say that when they were all three?
Yeah, a 3-9 didn't even get you a chance to come back here.
What an NFR they're coming off of, 2021 average winners.
There you go.
Wow.
What a run right there. Andrew Ward stuck it on him, and then Buddy came in there and typical Buddy Hawkins style. Sets it down in there, 2 feet, set back.
What about Ward and then hello Hawkins, 3.69. And that now is the time at the top.
And you know that, like, they're doing this in 3.5 seconds and making it look like when I get home, I'm going to try this. And it's not going to work out for me this way.
But you're inspired.
Absolutely.
How can you not be?
Right.
And here's another team that's going to add to that inspiration in Caleb Driggers, Junior Nogueira. They do it time and time again. They've won at the American. They're the reigning world champions together. Can they continue that success as a team right here?
And you want to talk about range on both sides, Justin. Caleb on the head side could throw as much rope as anybody. Junior on the heel side can get it out of his hand faster than anybody.
Oh, man. They hold the arena record in here, too, of a 3:32. But today, it's going to be a no time for the world champs.
Yeah, and that steer squirted a little bit. You can see Caleb split the horns right there. Didn't get that clean head catch, and he was heading left right there. You really can't fish it on in this situation.
No, and it does you no good if you do anyway. I mean, you're trying to catch a 3-6.
Right.
One team left to go, and that's Cody Snow, Wesley Thorpe. Been to the American 4 and 5 years, respectively. For Snow, never went home with a paycheck. For Thorpe, $25,000 is what he's earned inside this building. Big opportunity here to quadruple that for both.
You know, and Cody got it on him as fast, faster than anybody else in the 10-man, but Wesley on the other side, world champion, he set it down in there. Cody missed the berry, but that steer's loping. I still don't think they're going to have a chance to be fast enough right here, especially if you don't catch them.
Thorpe tried to, on the heel and gave it the first shot he could, but that's going to be a no time. And with 3 no times, there's only 1 time standing, and you see him there with the smiles. Andrew Ward, Buddy Hawkins with the 3:69. But let's go back to this miss.
Yeah, and that Cody missed the barrier, steer gets out front, and then no crossfire rule in effect here. You know, Wesley couldn't get that rope out in front of that steer's legs right there.
Ward and Hawkins did everything they needed to. They set the tone, set the pace, and that pace paid off, taking them all the way to the pay window. What a run for these two.
Yeah, and what a tough event to try and make your living in as a professional team roper, because these guys, they've just taken it to a ridiculous level.
Ward Hawkins being congratulated on their way up to the stage. Second American appearance for both. Last time here, they left with nothing. This time, they leave as the 2022 Team Roping Champions. Let's send it down to Anthony.
Come on over, guys. Hey. Buddy Hawkins, oh my goodness gracious, these guys. Congratulations. This win, we just said that you've been on a heater since the National Finals Rodeo, the NFR aggregate record, and now this. How special is this win?
Oh, it's unbelievable. We're out here living the dream, here with my family. I got to feed my daughter between rounds today. The whole family's pretty much up in the stands, get to watch me. You know, some of those faraway wins, they have to watch from home, but they got to watch from home, but they were here.
Andrew, we've seen you and your brother so many years, roped together. Reagan, you guys were an amazing team, but then you made a switch. That had to have been a tough decision, but now, looking back, it's almost like Reagan's roping with you every single time.
He is, and he's always probably texting me right now, telling me great job, and my family's so supportive of what we've done for always, and I'm just so thankful and grateful to everybody that come and supported us today. What an awesome event, and everybody that put it on.
Buddy, let's talk about it. Moments ago, you said you got to feed your daughter. You just became a brand new girl dad, you and your lovely wife. To be able to take home this saddle, that buckle, $100,000. How impactful is that going to be for your year and for your family?
It's going to be huge. You know, I follow peace through life. When things are starting to get chaotic, I change something. And when they're peaceful, I try to stay the course. And I was raised with everything I needed. You know, I think one year Dad grossed $14,000 gross when I was a kid. But I had everything I needed. You know, I wasn't raised with a poor mentality. I got a lot more that I need now. And this is just a gift and a blessing, especially be able to do it with Andrew and our family. Like we said earlier, we don't have to argue about where to go during the holidays necessarily. It's one place. No, the girls make all our plans, and we're just able to just focus on roping, and that's the key, I think.
What Buddy is talking about is y'all became family. You became team roping partners first, and then family because you married sisters. What came first, the partnership or the wedding and the in-laws?
We partnered up, and then me and Haley were married, and then they met through us, and it's an awesome thing to be able to go with them and have family all the time. Our wives are unbelievable, and we're so thankful for them.
Not only an amazing header, but impeccable matchmaker. Congratulations to the champion heeler and header of the American.
It's the American dream at the American Rodeo. Andrew Ward and Buddy Hawkins are living it. Your 2022 team roping American champions, both leaving $100,000 richer. Well, when we come back, there is still a big opportunity. $2.1 million still on the line right here at AT&T Stadium, and it all comes down to the bull riding. Will one contender go home with the one big American dream? We're about to find out.
There's been countless miles, early mornings, and more late nights than you can remember. It's the spirit of excellence that drives you with one goal in mind. Whether you're chasing the dream or working to stay on top, it's all the same. Because the desire to be a champion never sleeps.
He's out, got it on him. Go on, Trev. Big chance right here. Flank him like you're big time. Put it on him. Here's a big go for Trevor Zill.
The man is ageless. Father of three. #1 in the city of neons and nylon.
Ever think when you decided to retire from full-time rodeo, you'd seal it up with 14 all-around world championships, 71 go-round wins, and nearly rewriting every rule and record in PRCA?
We are Acroshore, a company comprised of the sharpest entrepreneurs and the highest level of tech talent. We've already built the fastest growing, most profitable insurance broker. Now we're reinventing financial service distribution and growing our offering. Insurance, reinsurance, asset management, real estate services and cyber services solutions, and more. Human intelligence plus artificial intelligence. Acroshore, powered by exceptional partnerships and technology.
As rural Americans, we have a unique understanding of and connection to the land. Whether we ranch, farm, log, or simply recreate, what we do today determines our tomorrow. As stewards of the land, it's our duty to ensure that our children and grandchildren can enjoy the outdoors in a similar manner that was afforded us. Join the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation and ensure the future of elk, other wildlife, their habitat, and our hunting heritage. Visit rmef.org today.
Man, I'm a fan of Stetson Wright. I mean, I love
watching him.
I mean, everything about his game impresses me. I mean, he's a world champion all-around cowboy, he's a world champion bull rider, and he's a world champion saddle bronc rider. That's no easy task.
He does things when he's riding that you'd think he really shouldn't even be able to attempt, let alone do.
My goal is to win 15. I never thought stop at being the second best. I'm shooting for being the best.
There's a certain level of talent and everything that everybody has, but it's the intangible, that grit, it's the confidence, whatever it takes to say, I want to win 15 of these. Whatever it takes to say that and believe it.
Everybody says, no rough stock guy can beat that. And, oh yeah? I'm like, I'll show you. I'm like, I'm gonna try. That's my main goal, is to win 15 all-around world titles.
It's going to be really fun to watch him year in and year out compete. I think he's loving it, and you know, that's always the most important ingredient.
14's a lot and 15's a lot, so right now I'm just going to focus on number 4.
Wow. That is Stetson right. He is just fun to watch. So I think it's Stetson wow right.
The 5-time world champ getting set. Stetson Wright will be the 4th and final bull rider to go as we get set for our final event of the 9th edition of the American Rodeo, and it's a big one. Here's the field. These two contenders, Keke Pacheco, Dinner Barbosa, they have a shot at the full $2.1 million bonus. All the other contenders went down. It's been invites to win those events. That leaves the full bonus on the line. But to do it, they got to be better than the world champions on either side of them. And it all starts with one of those who's done it 7 times in Sage Kimzey.
Yeah, and look, they all matched up pretty darn good for the bulls that they've got. And look, Sage hasn't had a great American up until this point. It's just worked out where he was able to keep advancing. But I'll tell you one thing about Sage Kimzey. He is really, really good in the big moments. If you let him hang around, he's going to burn you.
Yeah, and you just said it. He hasn't had a great American up to this point. But
so you know it's coming.
Yeah, you don't bet against him. The odds right now are on Sage Kimzey's side.
Absolutely.
Sage aboard Gladiator's hammer. We know the 7 gold buckles. Well, here he's been successful 2 times before in 2017 and 2020. Well aware how to win it all right here into his hands. Starting a good one for Kimzey. And he knocks it out of the park all the way to the whistle. What a ride to get started here. Oh, takes a shot, but up on his feet.
He makes it. Hey, look, we were saying, wait for it, he's coming. And sure enough, and look, upper body gets too far back, and he rides this bull with his fingertips. He finally gets up where he belongs when his hand's about to pop out of his rope, and that actually made him ride a lot better because he's too far back, feels it coming, gets up where he belongs. You can see he's just barely hanging on to that rope. But then he got so technically correct, he could have rode him with no hands.
It's 8 seconds just like that that has earned Kimzey those 7 gold buckles. 88.5, that is now the marker. So for the likes of Keke Pacheco or Dinner Barbosa to win that $2.1 million, you've got to be better than the 7-time champ. You've got to be better than that 88.5. Pacheco has won $1 million. He did it in 2018 as a PBR world champ.
Yeah, he did that over the course of a year, getting around all the best guys in the world. Here he's got a shot to ride this bull for the possibility of it will be $2 million. It's no more possibility.
It will be $2.1 million.
To ride this bull and be the highest score, $2.1 million. That is insane to actually have that reality sink in.
8 seconds away. Growing up as a bull rider in Brazil, he always dreamed of being a PBR world champ, but did he dream of earning $2 million in just 1 out, just 1 ride?
No, I don't think. I mean, you heard Joseph Harrison say it a few nights back. He's like, you didn't even dream of something like that because it was never even a possibility, you know. Well, for the first time ever, it's a possibility right here.
And if I've learned one thing in this broadcast booth with you, if he keeps his chin tucked and doesn't get a hump in his back, he could ride about anything.
Yeah, there's really not much that can bunk him off if he's able to do that. And Look, especially into his hand, that's him being right-handed, a bull that goes to the right. Pacheco is tough.
County Jail has delivered a 90-plus point ride, 6 out of 8 outs. The odds are in Pacheco's favor here.
Mason Taylor's trying to push him over here for him, and he's a pretty stout guy, but he's got his legs down on each side. It's all you're looking for. It's a good shot.
Here it is. Is it gonna be for $2 million? It's into his hand and he makes the whistle. The ride is there. Pacheco in perfect position on his feet. AT&T Stadium knows it was huge. The question is, was it enough?
Well, here's the thing. The bulls were pretty similar. That one moved a little more. Sages had a tick more up and down, but Pacheco was perfect. You have to mark Pacheco over his bull. That should be the difference.
And perfection pays 89 points. He moves into the #1 spot. That ride just might have paid $2.1 million. We have to wait through 2 more bull riders to see.
Unbelievable. Great job by Ka'iki Pacheco, but what an opportunity, what a moment. Really is. Look, he's got some great matchups to have to wait through, but at this point, he's done everything that he could control.
And now, Dinner Barbosa has to do the same. He is our final contender of the day, and he is aboard Juju. He has to be better than the 89 we just saw from Pacheco to move into the #1 position, and then he would be on top for that $2.1 million.
And Luke, the great thing about this, just like in the bareback ride and the bronc ride, the stock is up to the challenge because both of the bulls, Juju and Chisel, you've got the chance to be 90 if you can do your part. That's how you want this stuff. When this is on the line, you want it to be because you did your job or you failed, one of the two.
Yeah, and these bulls are ranked, but they're rideable ranked.
Good ones, though.
Juju has only allowed 4 rides and 17 outs.
These bulls have what I would call timing. Up and down, kick and spin. You know, there's no big belly rolls or, you know, anything like that. They are just honest and going to give you every opportunity. But they are ranked enough. You can't get by with little mistakes. You might make one, but you got to fix it right now.
Dinner seems to be feeling it in the chute. Juju moving around on him a bit.
Come on, Dinner.
He's grimacing through the pain. Has to beat an 89 away from his hand.
Far back.
Oh! Dinner goes down in 3.69. So that will be the end of the day for Dinner. Now 1 man remains. We've highlighted him throughout the show. 5-time PRCA world champ Stetson Wright is last to go, and he's drawn Chisel. 1 man, 1 bull may stand between Ka'iki Pacheco and $2.1 million.
And after last night, he wasn't expected to ride here until Kai Hamilton called in with his injury. He got the call this morning. How impressive is that to be in this situation now and not even think you were going to get to ride the American.
Mac Files brought to you by Resistol.
Well, look, Chiseled has been around for quite a while now. He's won world titles, and, you know, it's everything you can be a champion in. He has done just that. And when guys ride this bull, they're over 90. That's just the way it is. And it just so happens that Stetson Wright has ridden this bull before, just at this past NFR. So Chiseled's going to be around to the right. He's going to leap in the air, more front end than back end. And as a bull rider, you got to meet that. And you can get away with it. There's a little room for error on this bull, but you cannot get leaning back. That's been Stetson's Achilles heel in his young career. Bull's going away from his hand. Keep your chin down, though, and that will not let your upper body go back.
Ka'iki Pacheco watching on, waiting in the wings to see if his 89 points will be enough for $2.1 million. For Stetson Wright, $100,000 payday on the horizon.
Well, Stetson Wright is about to give it everything that he's got. I can promise you that much.
Stetson looks like talking to the judge here, waiting to get set. That's it! Will it be Stetson Wright? Chiseled, giving him everything he's got. But he's off. He's off in 6.94.
Pacheco just won $2.1 million.
Ka'iki Pacheco just won $2.1 million. Pacheco living the American dream, and we just witnessed it.
I mean, I want to give Stetson Wright his due because this was a lot of guts. Chiseled had a great day, just gets him too far back, but $2.1 million for Ka'iki Pacheco, man.
And you said they come here not just to ride bulls, but for a better life. How is that going to affect that man's life right there?
Well, in nothing but a great way, you know, and just to show, I mean, Adriano Moraes started it 30 years ago, you know, in showing Brazilians that you can come ride bulls and provide a better life for your family. You can pull yourself out of poverty by being great in this event. And Ka'iki Pacheco, just now the biggest benefactor we've ever seen for riding bulls.
Pacheco just put it all on the line and received the biggest payday we have ever seen in rodeo. Life-changing for Ka'iki Pacheco, game-changing for rodeo. Let's send it to Anthony.
Ka'iki Pacheco, $2.1 million. You came to America to provide for your family. What does this moment mean to you?
I can't describe that moment. That's really important for me. Win that big event, one of the most important event of the all rodeo performance. I'm just so glad for God. I'm happy for He giving me all that.
We've seen the injuries, we've seen the ups and the downs in the world of bull riding, but when it comes down to it, you're able to tough it out for 8 seconds, and now you reap the rewards. Talk to me about the mental strength that you have to have in being a bull rider and providing for your family 8 seconds at a time.
You just need to try to keep your mind clean. I'm hurt this year. I'm torn 2 ligaments from my shoulder and just work out a couple of days, come back ride this past weekends, and I'm really happy to ride my bulls and make my job. That's what I'm working for, and just say thank you for all my sponsors, all the people who come see us here. That's really important for us.
He was a Rookie of the Year, he was a world champion, and now you're the American champion. The bulls that you see, they get better and better. The competition that you see gets better and better. Ka'iki Pacheco, what does it mean for you to be an American champion?
That means a lot for me. I always have the dream to win that event, and I finally make that happen. Just say thank you, God, for giving me that.
First time in history, $2.1 million champion. He is your bull riding and American champion, Ka'iki Pacheco.
Congratulations again, Ka'iki. Thank you to Acura Sure. They're hoping for the championship along with Raymond Luce, the Yeti.
Ka'iki Pacheco came to the USA to live the American dream. He just made the biggest dream in rodeo come true in 8 seconds. Of course, it's our Contenders ride of the round, $2.1 million.
Yeah, and this looked like it could have just been a day at the practice pen for Pacheco. The poise, the control, and being able to control not only his body, but to control his mind the way he did. Fantastic.
He's dedicated his life to riding bulls, and now on the biggest stage, it has paid off in the biggest way. Pacheco does it. The American Rodeo presented by Durango Boots, is brought to you by Smarty, train like a pro, and by JCB, the official tractor and skid steer of the American Rodeo.
At JCB, we know good enough is never good enough. Simply meeting expectations just won't cut it. We've built JCB with that in mind. Because in this life, you have to grab each new challenge by the horns. Be strong. Be bold. Be committed. You have to rise above. You have to be better.
We are Acroshore, a company comprised of the sharpest entrepreneurs and the highest level of tech talent. We've already built the fastest growing, most profitable insurance broker. Now we're reinventing financial service distribution and growing our offering. Insurance, reinsurance, asset management, real estate services and cyber services solutions, and more. Human intelligence plus artificial intelligence. Acroshore, powered by exceptional partnerships and technology.
I love every bit of what I do. Something about getting into a tractor early in the morning.
It's in your blood, is what it is.
I've always wanted to be a cowboy.
You have to be tough, you have to be gritty. No matter what it is doing outside, you have to get the job done.
When you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, and that's how we feel.
Learn to appreciate the simple things that make you happy.
What a day we just witnessed inside AT&T Stadium. 90 athletes made their way into here on this Sunday. 9 of them left as 2022 American champions. Huge moments, fast times, high scores, but all culminated down to this. One man that was left in the final event of the night, Kaiki Pacheco, and he leaves here $2.1 million richer. America, meet your latest multimillionaire.
Cowboy, he's been a last cowboy standing. He had won nearly every major bull riding competition that this PBR superstar could enter. And today, he will check one more box, one more bucket list event. Not only winning the $100,000, but in total today, $2.1 million. The money makes its way to the stage, and so does the man that will take it home. He now resides in the Lone Star State of Texas, but he is representing his home country of Brazil. Last night in the Global Cup, today walks away with the W. One more time, the 2020 champion of the Contender bonus, the Iceman himself, Kaiki Pacheco. So, gentlemen, I want to bring you back in one more time. Randy Schmutz, Brandon Bates, we have made history today. 2.1 handed out, total of over $3 million. Final thoughts, gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, it truly is. It's almost unbelievable when you think about it. It feels, it's one of the first times I've felt something that's truly surreal. To think that a rodeo athlete has just earned $2 million at a single rodeo. It's crazy. And Teton Ridge being able to bring it to life, it's unbelievable. And it just shows you their commitment to the next stage of the Western lifestyle.
This trek down this road began in 2014. We celebrate our 9th year next year.
There's the start right there. Jacob Edler knows how to get him down fast, and he does it right there.
Cadence Crawford, she knows all about roping.
Wow.
Trying to keep that bull calm and relaxed right there.
Outlaw can't be stopped.
That's what I'm doing.
She watched her dad, Bobby Moe, go to 5 world championships.
She's just so excited to be in this position. She's just loving it for sure.
What a run for Mitchell.
Those performance runs are so much fun. There's no one else I'd rather be doing it with. It's a dream to do it with her.
Oh, man.
Madison knows that she'd like to have that one back.
With Lemmy, anything's possible.
No, that's tough luck right there.
Have fun, baby.
Guarantee one thing, you have to be ready for it mentally and physically. It's like a fist fight.
That's just fantastic, right?
Bellew hustles to the third. She makes her way around.
Look at this run.
Victory for Bellew.
I think I'm going to cry. I'm so happy.
Good finish by Bear right there, but unfortunately he's a little too long, that steer.
We're just stashing and bashing out here.
They're not the best mustaches, but we can't get rid of them now.
What we're about to watch could be something extremely special.
This is my dream.
The mythical beast that is a unicorn.
And I have more respect for the meaning of legacy all the time.
He has elevated this sport.
To the top of the leaderboard. Jackie knows it too. Taylor takes that one. Ow.
This is my main man, Taylor McLean, right here. This is so awesome to get to have him this close down here with me while I'm getting ready. Just a peace being over me.
You can't go at it any harder than that guy right there just did.
She knows what she needs to do to advance.
Crawford.
Talk about perfection.
Oh, no, Cadence. Does Hooper have what it takes to beat his best buddy on rodeo's biggest stage? Takes gunfire to the whistle. Crawford can't be stopped. Pacheco received the biggest payday we have ever seen. There they are, your 2022 American champions, starting with your $2.1 million winner. History was just made in rodeo today. Those athletes you see on stage walked home with a collective $3.26 million. And that is an American rodeo.
Preferred's line of squeeze chutes and sweeps are easy on the cow, easy on the cowboy. Preferred chutes offer the easiest operating headgate on the market, with locks guaranteed for life. They also feature an emergency side exit with lever return, removable bottom access panels, contoured drop sides, and the easiest floor adjustment in the industry. If you're in the market for equipment for your farm, ranch, or rodeo, give the good folks at Preferred a call.